Welcome back, dear viewers, and it's been an entertaining opening weekend, and it's been an entertaining weekend in Europe for our teams. Sadly, Varaždin has gotten knocked out, but yeah, we have the man that has predicted Hajduk to end the drought.
Well, certainly a drought was ended on Sunday of some variety at Hajduk from the sky.
Yeah,
Um, but yeah, we were just explaining off air. I had my justifications,
yeah,
and whether they actually stand firm in
we'll find out.
April, May, probably not. But I mean, we spoke the last time I was on. Um, that when you did your predictions for last season, you got 0 places right.
Yeah, yeah,
So all I have to do really is I've predicted Viktor 10th. I'm confident in that. I'm still very confident in that. So already I'm 1 up on you on last season, whether Hajduk win the title or not.
I also predicted Vukovar last, so whoop-de-doo. We're gonna be at least equal on that,
Yeah.
I hope. Last season I got 0. I can't. The only team you got was Gorica. That's the only team you got right.
Well, maybe
Only
we'll get
team.
we'll get. But I had them ninth.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, you did. But yeah, enough about last season. Been been there, done that. New season has begun. Should we start off with the HNL or should we start off with Rijeka's capitulation?
um. I mean, well, the on. I don't know how to want us to focus on that particular element of it. Obviously, if you have 9 men, you're not really going to
Yeah,
get through in Europe. It's not a recommended strategy.
I,
Um,
I would like to think so that it's not recommended.
but as it's landed out, in terms of the potential draws for them,
Yeah,
obviously Shelbourne this week. Um, I think it's landed out as well as it could in terms of their chances of group football first and foremost,
well,
whatever
they're.
competition that's going to be.
I think it's almost 100%. Like it's not 100, but it's 99% that they're gonna be playing Conference League because you're playing against Shelbourne, who you should beat. Even if you don't beat them, you're playing against Vikingur or Linfield,
Mm-hmm.
and that's if you're not beating one of those two sides, then yeah, you deserve to get partizaned.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, Partizan Hibs. I mean, that's just battle of the chokers
Yeah,
in the conference this week.
yeah, and if they beat Shelbourne, they're facing probably Pauk.
Yeah, which, yeah,
It's a good
it's not.
test, but if you
It's
beat them, you should be in the Europa League.
yeah, exactly. And I think one thing that is probably important to recognize, sort of in terms of the financials, is yeah, there's a huge gap between the Champions League and the Europa League, but the gap between the Europa League and Conference League
Yeah,
is
no,
not much at all. And I think in terms of attention, or maybe this is just sort of the echo chamber in which I surround myself with. The Conference League had a lot more energy and eyes on it than the Europa League did last season. Not just because you know the final wasn't between two absolute rubbish EPL teams,
yeah, yeah,
but also because I think now the Europa League actually has to kind of find a way to justify its being. Um, it's not the UEFA Cup. It's not the old Europa League in terms of when it would have, third and fourth place sides battling out.
yeah.
It is now a bit lost. I think it's fair to say. Whereas the Conference League is there for the purists, there for the sickos, like you and me.
Yeah, I prefer it much more because it's really those. I mean, we had Boras Banja last season, Pafos. We really had teams that you would never see in a European knockout stage, or at least that far in before. But the Conference League has allowed us that. So
Yeah,
if Rijeka or Hajduk make it, we shouldn't be surprised because it's that kind of level that make it. far into the knockouts.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and absolutely there will be surprise teams in there. But I mean, for Rijeka, I suppose first and foremost, Shelbourne aren't very good.
Yeah,
That's probably the most important thing for them. Um, if they are getting put out by Shelbourne, then then you would worry because Vikingur they're fine. Linfield are. I mean, I have a natural dislike of Linfield because of the community they represent. I think it's fair to say there's a lot of Scotswill, um, but also they're a side who can get to that sort of. They get to the Conference league phase, and they be in the bottom five.
yeah, they can make it.
Yeah, they can make it. They're a team you can't underestimate. And let's say the same for Shelbourne, but Rijeka should have far too much for them. The only thing that possibly aids their opponents is suspension,
Yeah,
at least for
off
the first
look.
leg.
Yeah, should we speak about the match, or is just talking about it stupid because 9 men?
Yeah, I mean,
Up until then, it was good. Like you just get back into the game, and Rukavina does what he does.
mhm. And I mean, even then, obviously they hung on.
Yeah,
It was good. It was decent organisation, good backs against the wall stuff, all that nice stuff that you want if you're going to try and get to penalties. Which ultimately, when you're at that point, particularly when you're at 9, it is what you have to kind of do.
yeah. Every
But
tackle was celebrated.
yeah, but it is what it is. And Lugarets are. You don't want to say a side that you should be beating, but I think sort of similar to Pauk, a side of reasonably similar stature,
Yeah,
and probably reasonably similar squad value on transfer mark, who are a good test for the side at this point in time.
yeah, and the path has somewhat opened up for them. If I remember correctly, who did Pauk or not Pauk, Ludogorets or Ferencvaros get in the playoff? It wasn't somebody. It was Skendia or Karabakh. That's you could Rijeka could beat Ferencvaros. They can definitely beat Karabakh or Skendia if Skendia continue their great run.
Yeah, I mean, and sort of, as I say, for sort of these sides that are going to be in the Conference League, Shendia will be
Yeah,
will be in something at least. And what are Macedonian side doing there? Given
yeah,
how their last season ended.
yeah. No, Macedonian football has. I mean, they have something to look forward to, and I'm happy about it because it's the last time Macedonia had. Was that the first time when Vardar was in the Europa League? Was that the only
Skendia
time?
were. I'm sure Skendia were
One
in like
once before.
20. It might have been COVID years,
I don't think
but
so. I don't think in COVID. I think I would have known.
yeah,
But I'm speaking about just UEFA competitions.
yeah, Skendia. No, Skendia have been in the playoffs a few times. That's probably why I'm getting confused,
Yeah, yeah.
or I'm confusing them with Skenderba.
Ah, yeah.
But
Uh,
you say Macedonian, they say Albanian. Whatever. Um,
whatever. Doesn't matter.
no one will get angry about that. But yeah, it's like you say, it's almost certain that Rijeka will be in something till Christmas at least.
Yeah.
See, for Hajduk, it's a bit less clear.
I mean, we have. I mean, out of the when the groupings came out, we got the easiest possible drawn paper for the
Hmm.
playoff. So we have Dynamo City, obviously from Albania, and we have Silkeborg or Jagiellonia from Poland. So it's either Denmark or Poland
Mhm.
in the playoff.
I mean, it's certainly not an easy one.
No.
Just in terms of obviously, sort of say the sides you don't expect to be seeing in the knockout stages of European competition, Jagiellonia.
Yeah, they were there. They were in the quarters. They they lost to Real Betis.
Yeah, and did very well throughout.
Yeah,
So, again, it's sort of, if you are put into Conference League qualifying from the off, that's the sort of side you have to be at some point.
yeah,
Um, it's 50-50, I think, if Hajduk get through. And I would
yeah.
probably fancy the opponents.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think it's 50-50. I think if I was, being realistic, I think it's just on the side of either Cirkelborg or Jagiellonia, but it's probably gonna be Jagiellonia because of what they showed last season.
Mhm.
But
Yeah,
still, a trip to Denmark isn't the easiest.
yeah. I don't think Jagiellonia are great by any
Yeah,
means of the imagination. I've watched a few of their games. And I think they are quite a bit changed this season as well. Um, but yeah, obviously, first and foremost, you've got Demo City, and Demo City do have ways to hurt.
yeah,
There's no doubt about that. Suburgia, if nothing else, is one of the quickest players around, and if you let him counter on you, he will score.
yeah. Did you see the news about Itodo, the striker?
I have not no.
So he scored what I think. Yeah, so he scored 21 goals in 34 games for Dynamo City, but he was handed a 3-year ban by the EU due to passport issues. So he can't play. I mean, he can play in the EU. So if Dynamo City is facing a side from the European Union, he can't play. So that's you know basically all of Europe out.
So he can play the home leg, but not the away leg. I take it then.
I think so. Yeah,
I
he
did say
just can't travel.
what the passport issues were, because I mean, to be honest, with players around there, it could be a lot of things. Either he's not the age that he's meant to be, or he's we've had smuggling people. That's
Yeah,
you
nothing new.
get it all in Albanian football. To be fair,
Nothing new.
nothing new.
But yeah, should we talk about a little bit about the game, Hajduk's game? Because
Yeah.
they had chances, they put one away, and then they conceded the most Hajduk goal in extra time with a while they were a man up.
Yeah. But it's teething problems, isn't it? And I
Yeah,
think we will talk about another Hajduk goal when we get to Sunday's game as well,
yeah,
which I think again is very Hajduk, but also very formative of a playing style. I think it's fair to say.
yeah,
But is it sort of you knew Gira wouldn't be a side that would just roll over. I think it was made hard work or harder work than it should have been by
yeah.
Hajduk, but
I mean, obviously,
yes. But
and
what would Hajduk be without the struggle?
why not keep the fans at the stadium for 30 more minutes? Why not why not give them a bit of a shock? But I saw people attacking Ivosic because of that, and that is not his fault. That is something that goes in. It's the same as when Livaya scored the same goal against them a few seasons ago. That is, you can't expect that. You're not defending that. If you're defending that, you're leaving a player wide open in the middle of the 5-yard box just to easily put it in.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, you can only train for for the game situations that you normally expect. He's vastly experienced goalkeeper and knows
Yeah,
what he's doing, but ultimately, and it's very easy for fans to have a go at goalkeepers because you know
they've
what
never
happens
been a
when your
goalkeeper.
mistakes happen. Yeah,
Yeah, they've also never been a goalkeeper because when a shot comes at you, you don't have much time,
no,
especially if it's a surprising one as that one was.
yeah,
But yeah, but in the end, Hajduk prevailed. Yassin Benaro uh, also scored this Sunday, but he also scored a very nice free kick, pretty much from the same position he scored against Varaždin, I think, so 2 seasons ago at the end of the season.
yeah. And I think it's not really a surprise to one see him back in favour because he was always decent.
Yeah,
always creative. I mean, obviously the issues were personality based last season, but I think a lot of people had issues with that particular personality. So yeah, he's got another chance. He's taking it so far. Um, yeah, if you're scoring big goals, which obviously that one was, and on Sunday it was as well,
Yeah,
then you're automatically getting yourself back in the fans who doubted you's good graces, but also in favour for the manager as well. Beyond the point where there's the side getting formed, or the suspensions to cover and things like that.
yeah. And I mean, just technically, we're not speaking about his mental issues. Well, not mental issues, but his head,
Yeah.
his motives. Because last season he was hanging out with Leon Deaku, who just got kicked out from Saudi Arabia, is it, or some Middle East club
Mm.
after just a month at the club. So tells you enough about Deaku. But I think Benro is on the ball, either if not the best, just second to Livaya on the ball in terms of technical ability.
Yeah, within the Hideout's side,
Yeah,
definitely. I mean, we're not yet seeing probably enough of Paisiti to make the judgment on how he fits in that side. But
yeah,
see, when you have a lot of the Hideout players in terms of midfield are very work rate based, I think it's fair to say. Having that extra player to unlock a defense
yeah.
is really what the squad needs, because you can't you can't overrun smaller teams just with 11 Calyx.
No, no, you can't. Especially like in both games, there weren't many issues to getting the final third, but it's the problem when you get to the final third. The wingers just again, they're young. They're all young. They're all, especially Durdo and Brajkovic, who played on Sunday, just weren't that good. That
Mm.
obviously, whenever I see Brajkovic, even though he was a little bit better against Sistra, but he just reminds me so much of Biuk. Gets past the man and then just the poorest decision you've ever seen.
As long as he makes you the same amount of money that Buick made you, you won't complain with that.
I mean, if I was him, I wouldn't complain.
Yeah. I mean, that's probably also, an evolution from last season to this season is, yes, you got the same personnel winger wise, but
Yeah,
but fullback wise, you don't have. It's one sort of a change in personnel, but also two, that personnel's gotten better.
yeah.
Higovic is noticeably a better player under Garcia than he was under Gattuso.
Well,
Uh,
I think I can point out why that is.
yeah, I think.
I think anybody can point out why that is. We've signed a right back.
Yeah.
And he's actually playing a left back for once. Surprise, surprise. He's actually good at left back.
Yeah.
But yeah, it, it's very nice to watch Hajduk. But we obviously saw. I mean, while we're talking about the game against Sister, we might as well jump to it
Mhm.
to get rid of all the Hajduk talk. Uh, but the mistake, that's obviously going to happen. It happened last season in the first
Mhm.
few months when Gattuso was in. He also tried playing out from the back, which he later gave up on. But whilst he was trying, saw the same mistake literally against Gorica when we won 3 or 4-1.
Yeah. I mean, something we talked about last season when Garcia came back to Istra, which is that change of mindset within a player of making the subconscious choice to sort of for what passing lanes you choose, in particular as a central defender,
Yeah,
and how important that can be. And I think what we saw was two things. One, there wasn't the movement from the midfield. There wasn't a good passing lane to open up.
no,
Um, and the second thing was in Charlie's head, um, thinking, wait a minute, I need to pass this shot. I need to make a progressive pass. I need to do what the coach wants me to do. So he plays the pass he shouldn't play, rather than doing what he should be doing, which is punting it far
yeah,
far away.
Because you have no other option.
Yeah, because you have no other option. Now that's because whether that's because there's good pressing, whether that's because there's no movement. When you look at the replays, I tend to think it's the latter rather than the former.
Yeah.
I think it's the movement that's the issue rather than necessarily the pressure that the midfield were being put under.
Yeah.
But you know, you can't be making that decision consciously. If that makes sense, you can't be thinking, right, wait a minute, I've got to do this, I've got to do this, I've got to do this, and then stick to it. You kind of just got to listen to the inner meat and potatoes agricultural defender sometimes.
Yeah.
And because at the end of the day, I'm sure Gonzalo Garcia will tell you off far less for playing the pass he didn't want you to play rather than playing the pass that gave you away a goal.
Yeah. 100%. And it's also like you're passing to Payaziti, who's literally has a man on his back,
Mhm.
and Payaziti, who's not physically, the
Yeah.
best or even the average.
Yeah, he's not a big guy.
Yeah. You can't be passing to him while he has a big guy behind him. That's just, and obviously
Yeah.
Payaziti fails to make the pass, and I mean Previa gets
Mhm.
gets a goal on this debut, which he's been brought in for.
Yeah. And I think again, possibly it's a situation that Easter would have not delivered a goal on last year, but they have him. Why you have him? Because
Yeah.
they needed that ruthlessness in front of goal, and they have it. And now you've given him confidence. I think the other thing I would just say also on that one is, if in doubt, loft it rather.
Yeah.
Not if you want to play that pass, don't play it to feet. Play it to chest where it's more difficult for the barge to go through, or if pressure is going to go through, then you're going to have to go through the back of Paisley or whoever
And it's
to
a
actually
foul.
make the challenge, and it's a foul. You get a free kick.
Yeah.
Rather than you're forcing your player to turn.
Yeah.
You're forcing him to try and maneuver with agility onto the half turn, and by doing that, open his body position up to be able to be tackled fairly. It makes it more difficult to be controlled if you're doing it aerially, even slightly aerially, but that works both ways.
Yeah. What else? I mean, we're really dissecting this one
Yeah.
thing, one pass, which is just a split moment decision, which can happen to anybody. But hopefully, Sharia has learned from it.
Mhm.
Yeah, Hajduk. I mean, well, whilst we're on topic of Hajduk and center backs, Fabrizio Romano yesterday obviously posted that Edgar Gonzalez from Almeria is in talks with Hajduk. That Hajduk are looking at an option, at a loan with an option to buy.
Not our favourite Italian. Don't know. Here we go. Who knows?
Who knows? He's Spanish, so probably Rakitic has some fingers in it,
Yeah.
in the move. But we'll see. I mean, he scored a banger against Real Madrid, which I saw today, and also scored against Barcelona, if I'm not mistaken. So it's the same thing as if you remember Mikhalichenko.
Yeah.
He got 2 assists against Real Madrid,
But
and we
can he
know
do
how.
it? Can he do it on a snowy night in Villa Gorica?
Or split.
Or split.
Or split, because I mean, yeah, let's mention that if you didn't watch or if you weren't there for the opening, how long did it take? 50 minutes, I think, for the game to get going.
It was a very long delay, and
Yeah.
it. I mean, it didn't look playable. It
No.
got playable very quickly, but
Yeah, which I was surprised by, because when you looked at that pitch, when the first time when Kolarich came in to look at the pitch, absolutely drunk, absolutely no. There's no spot of grass that you can see that's not underneath water. And inside 15 minutes, it's cleared, which, I mean, amazing job by the workers who got their brooms out and did their job pretty efficiently.
and it didn't really affect the flow game. I think early.
No, I mean early, yeah, at the total ends of the pitch, you couldn't play football.
Yeah, I think early it was very much. I think pretty for most of the first half, it was, if we were putting anything into the box, it's going in aerially, it's set
Yeah,
piece based, and for two sides who do both want to get it down and play football, it's
yeah.
a bit more difficult for them. But I
But
think that
but
probably helps a
in
little.
the middle of the pitch, it was nice.
Yeah,
I was really surprised by how well they could play on it, because I mean it was just 50-minute difference. It was just nothing, no water.
yeah,
So fall down to the workers. Maybe for some, also the power went out, which
mhm,
was was crazy to see. And then you had fans posting videos of the thunderstorm just behind the stadium, which made for some nice visuals.
yeah.
So yeah, should we go back to Friday then, or actually Varaždin in Europe?
Well, yeah. Oh, we could finish that. Okay. We only talked about one goal. There were
Oh
others.
yeah, the penalty.
Perfect penalty.
I,
Perfect.
yeah, no, the penalty is perfect. I was more so thinking of, I saw people obviously arguing, but it's a stomp. It's on the line.
Oh yeah.
It's clear as day. When I posted that Haidu got a penalty, I just saw comments. Here we go again. Of course, it's a penalty. I'm like, "Uh, what?
It literally is a penalty. Yes.
Literally, yeah. I mean, yeah, but I if Hajduk was getting pushed by the refs, I think last season would have ended very differently.
Yeah.
I don't think Hajduk would have gotten 2 red cards. You know, or 3 actually, not 2. Don't let me remind myself of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the second goal, also very quick set piece, which happened a few moments before, and Hajduk also created a chance from it. Pretty much same position, free kick. Krovinovic
Mhm.
takes a quick, Bamba does something. But second time it worked. Great, nice ball to Karasic, and he just puts it in.
Yeah. Easy, and I mean, sort of we've indicated before. This isn't a game Hajduk win last season,
No, no.
or probably even the season before. Really, just the big issue Hajduk have had for so many years is if Levia's not there. Oh no, we don't win games. Well, there you go. That hurdle has been jumped straight away,
Yeah,
and against a good side. You know,
yeah. A
that's
very good
the
side.
other thing about it. Istra came to came to play, and yeah, it maybe, like I say, for the weather reasons, it wasn't 100% representative of what we'll see when we go through this season, but
Yeah,
they did enough for you to know Hajduk overcame a real test.
yeah. And it was not just without Livaya, but also without Rebic,
Mhm.
who obviously has a suspension from Italy because he swore at the ref while he didn't even come in during the game. So fair enough. Suits in. Let's just say it. Let's put it that way. He suits Hajduk style.
Yeah, yeah,
But he'll obviously most likely make his debut this Thursday against Dynamo City at Poljud.
Mhm. Yeah, which is what you want, really, just from a perspective of it being, I hesitate to say, a slightly easier game, but a game in which you can say, right, you can have 60 minutes here, or
Yeah,
it depends on obviously how the fielder's fitness is, or you can have 30 minutes at the end.
yeah. I
Um,
have a feeling he'll come in
yeah,
during the second half.
yeah, and I mean also for the bonuses of a suspension is it keeps the buyer fit for Europe.
Yeah, and it's both of them. The Rebic can slowly build his fitness through these 2 games against Dynamo and Livaya too, and come into who's our third round? It's Slaven at home.
Yeah.
We have Gorica now on Sunday, and then we have Slaven
Mm.
next week.
Yeah, I mean that might then be another game they're rotated for, just from a perspective of
Yeah,
it being hopefully
hopefully.
between the rounds.
Yeah, let's hope. But we'll see. There's still 2 weeks to go.
Mm.
But yeah, that's enough about Hajduk. I think.
Yeah,
Should
Let's
we
have
go to
that
Varaždin?
one. Yeah.
I mean, Santa Clara, they're ball boys. Got on my nerves, got onto Varaždin nerves, probably got on everybody's nerves that's not from Portugal. Varaždin was a very nice, really took Santa Clara in nicely for the first match. Didn't really, do anything, you know, to try and put the game their way. They just played football, but that second leg was just infuriating to watch.
Yeah, the first leg Varaždin were brilliant. I think
Yeah,
say that first and foremost. Whatever happened in the second leg doesn't matter. In that one game, you proved you belong there. The problem
yeah,
is Santa Clara are a team who know what they're doing at this level, and Varaždin are a team making their debut at this level,
yeah,
and that's what we saw over the two legs. You're really that as much energy as you can put in. At the end of the day, they did get an away goal in Varaždin. Varaždin were put under pressure for a period of that first leg, and I think there was a point where things could have turned away against them, but over 90 minutes they were more than worth
yeah,
the 2-1. But yeah, it doesn't matter. It's a two-leg tie, and if you have
yeah,
more experience and you know how to manage that, which Santa Clara did, and like you say, it's using not just what you've got on the pitch, but also the environment that you've got off the
yeah,
pitch as well. Then you're always going to catch a side like Varaždin cold.
yeah. And they got very easily riled up. They couldn't
Mm.
really keep their composure, which obviously adds when you're trying to create a chance. But the problem was, as soon as the game started, what fifth or sixth minute, Santa Clara equalized,
Mm.
and that's just level ground. At that point, it's a full match after that on
Yeah,
level ground, and Santa Clara scored. And Varaždin got close. It's not like they weren't putting threats, but I mean, Santa Clara in the end were the better team, created more chances, but put just one more away.
yeah. That's that's as easy as it was really.
Yeah,
But I don't think there's any ill effect. I mean, there's obviously good lessons for Varaždin to take from it, which is one.
they got a bit of
You
cash
actually
also,
they
just
got a bit
above
of
a
cash
half a
and
million.
they belong at that level.
Yeah,
Um, and we'll sort of see how it goes forward into this season. I mean, going straight on to onto Monday's game against Goretz, again, Varaždin were really good.
yeah,
Okay, the only chances Goretz had really, that's if we're honest, were defensive mistakes from Varaždin,
yeah,
which we don't see very often. But if you're playing Sunday, Thursday, Monday as it was, that's possibly why. Just a bit of fatigue from their part,
yeah.
but
It also doesn't help that Mamut misses a wide open goal right in front of the goal.
yeah,
That doesn't help the situation at all. It doesn't help my fantasy team now, does it, Mamut?
no,
I had him in my team.
he's got the Dabros.
It just happens whenever you're a striker and you join Varaždin, you just get the Dobro effect. Just can't put the ball away.
Yeah, this is. I think there's the one big positive for Varaždin already from the matches we've seen is Boschai is absolutely on it.
Yeah, no, he
Um,
he he. That shot that hit the crossbar was just a rocket.
yeah, and I think uniformly was just excellent
Yeah,
against Goretza and against Santa Clara, we should say as well. And
I mean, in all three games he was good.
yeah, it's sort of weird in the sense that we've not really seen him that much over the past couple of years, but also when Dino have deployed him, they deployed him really as oh, right, okay, the RPGs need him rotated, we'll put you right back,
Yeah,
rather than unleashing him and letting him be the attacking player he is. The reality is, if it is that if he could be trusted after having a couple of drinks to go to the petrol station, he would be playing in a bigger league and
yeah,
for a bigger side. There's no doubt about that. And being deployed in his natural position. But
And not getting injured every once in a while.
yeah, but yeah, all those things have conspired against him. But yeah, when you get him fit and in form,
Oh yeah,
he's a
no.
hell of a player.
I mean, also on top of that, Tavares
Mm-hmm.
played obviously the full match yesterday. Looks top, looks very good.
Yeah,
So the left wing is definitely secure.
yeah, and it's just they need a striker. I mean,
Mahmoud start scoring for fuck's sake.
yeah, I mean, he scored against Santa Clara. You think that's surely enough for your confidence, and then you header against the
And
bar
then
from about 1.5 yards uh, with an open goal.
yeah,
That's probably going to do the reverse. But maybe that's what they spend the Conference League money on, getting a striker who isn't joining them from a second-tier league in Asia.
well, we'll see. It's just the first leg. Let's hope this kind of missing doesn't continue for Varaždin and for him, obviously.
And for your
And
fantasy team.
just what I was about to say. I had three players from I had three players in my fantasy team from Varaždin. None of them delivered. I had Maut, I had Bochkai, and I had Boršić, I think. Let me check.
I mean,
Yeah,
Bush's
it's
delivered
Boršić.
in the sense that he played well, but yeah, obviously the points situation
Yeah, the
less
only
so.
thing that helped me was Boršić got 3 bonus points because he played a good match.
Mm.
So that's the only thing that helped me. But I mean, yeah, the only two chances Gorica had, you said one went in, the other got saved by Zelenica.
Mm.
That's pretty much what they did. They don't really look like a side that would threaten, at least for now, anybody.
No, I think when you look at the side they put out last night, the defense and midfield and defensive part of midfield looks decent enough.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Yeah, and they also have a problem that they don't have a right back, so Elvir Drakovic is having the Gattuso effect,
Mhm.
the Gattuso treatment, that is, of being played at right back whilst being a left back.
Yeah,
But yeah. And
and
Chabraya also seems like he just needs time to get back into form because he hasn't played in a long while.
yeah, but it's. I mean, obviously, we'll talk about the Friday game next. I assume so. I think these are the two. Goretz and Vukovar, we had probably both pegged as 9th and 10th.
Yeah.
But for different reasons.
Yeah.
Obviously, Goretz's reason is because they have literally just decided we'll sell the entire squad and we'll get in another entire squad and see what happens. But like you say, there wasn't a great deal of evidence beyond the fact that the chances that they did have, they did do something with. Okay, like you say, Church scoring, Cavell had one saved, and whoever it was right at the death,
Yeah.
forced Seneca
Uh,
into a save as well.
yeah.
And in 9 out of 10 games, sorry, yeah, 8 out of 9 games even, they're not going to be facing a goalkeeper as good as Seneca.
Yeah. Definitely.
So, yeah, and particularly with such a side that's going to naturally be very, very, very disjointed for a few weeks, it's promising to get a point from it.
Yeah, especially away at Varaždin also. So it's a nice start for Tsarevic.
Even if it wasn't deserved.
Well, yeah, that's why it's nice.
Yes.
Should we go to the newcomers and their
Yeah.
the start of the start of the HNL on Friday? Well, it was the start of August. It was the start of the HNL, so it was all built up very nicely for Vukovar to show themselves, and
Mhm.
they did a little bit, but a little bit. Lokomotiva in the end just proved to be still a level above Vukovar.
Yeah. I mean, if you when sort of looking at that game for positives, I think the front three for Lokomotiva in Vukovic, Krivak, and Stojakovic look very good.
Yeah,
Um,
except they're finishing apart from
yeah,
Krivak.
yeah, Krivak, it's a great goal.
Yeah,
He,
kind of
it's
also.
terrible defending.
No, it's also kind of more so to the middle of the goal, which
Mm.
nah, but it went in.
He did well to get there.
Yeah, no, he did very well to get there
He
from
gets an
the
80
halfway
effort.
line.
Yeah,
From the halfway line.
from the halfway line with little defending in front of him and not very good goalkeeping. Good
He
on
got it
you.
done. He got it done.
But Stojakovic is not a player I've actually watched before.
Neither have I.
And
He came in from Kustosia, or who was it?
Yaron, I think it was. It's
Oh,
Yaron,
Yaron. Yeah, yeah.
and
Wrong,
then
wrong, wrong.
this,
Zagreb side.
and the season before is at Brilny in Slovenia.
Yeah,
Nice, tall, but very active.
yeah. No, very active.
Like you say, the finishing wasn't there,
No,
but
absolutely not.
if the if yeah, one you're working with quite a good striker as your manager, so if you just sit there and listen a lot and
Yeah,
pick up hints from him, then you'd imagine he would develop into someone very good.
yeah, and he's also
Because
tall. Yelovich was
yeah,
also tall, and I mean, I was very surprised. He was more wide than he was central at parts of the game. He
yeah,
really was doing all the running.
yeah, I think that's the one of the advantages of the front three that they put out. It's very mobile.
Yeah,
Um, like you say, Strakovic with just popping up, on the right, popping up everywhere, really.
yeah,
Allowing players to run inside him and allowing a lot of chances to come from that. That's very promising. Like you say, it's not there technically yet, and against a better side, of which in this season in the HNL there are 9, um, then we'll see how that actually holds up.
yeah,
Um, like you say, for Vukovar, they the positive for them is they only conceded one.
yeah. I mean, what other positive is there? I mean, I was Gonzalez maybe looked
Yeah.
okay, but Camacho also had a few good moments in which you could see why he was at Liverpool, was at Man City,
Mhm.
but still, it's not. The problem is this team has. So who stayed at this? Who stayed in the starting lineup? So it's Tadic, Henning, Tabinas, and Knoll,
Yeah.
and Banovic, I think. No, Banovic joined this
Yeah.
summer,
Yeah.
and Gonzalez. So
Mhm.
that's 1, 2, 3,
6.
4, 5,
Sorry. 5, sorry.
or 6. I think Billion also. Yeah, Billion has been at the club for 5 years, so it's 6 players, but
Mhm.
that's mainly the defense, the
Yeah,
defensive
and
portion.
like I say, for the attacking portion of that internal, it's not really very good.
No,
Um,
he didn't look really
I
at the
mean,
level.
we've seen him before. He was at Southampton for a little while and wasn't much there. And then he was in Slovenia. I've forgotten who he was with, but if I've forgotten him from Slovenia, then that's
Yeah,
probably why he
then that
didn't make a
that tells you
particular
everybody.
impression.
That tells you everything.
Yeah.
He
Um,
hasn't been in Slovenia.
oh, well, there you go. That's why I
So
don't remember him.
Nuremberg, Weg en Wiesbaden, Slaven, then Turgucu Munchen, Kickers Offenbach, and then Vukovar, and then Den Bosch, and then back to Vukovar.
All right. Obviously got Pulic who's come in.
Yeah, and
Wasn't even on the bench, was he?
no, I don't think he got registered in time
Oh,
because
well, that's
he joined, I think, just a few days before,
well, yeah, but
or the day
you've got a
before.
few days to sort it out.
Uh,
He was definitely. I mean, he must have joined on the Monday because I know I had him in my little thing I sent you.
oh yeah, true.
So
I don't know what
yeah,
happened then. Maybe he's
fax
just not fit.
fax machine's broken. Um,
Happened before.
yeah, but at least in him they have someone who can potentially be
A
a
striker.
decent striker at this level. To be fair, he's not been for a couple of seasons, but he's
Yeah,
also not played very much. And I mean, even when he was in Croatia, he had the tendency to get injured a bit and
yeah,
be a bit streaky. So
but had good
yeah,
spells.
He had good spells, and he's still better than well.
Yeah. I mean, it's just. I mean, we need to obviously to see more because this is just one match, and
Mm-hmm.
it was. You lost 1-0 away. It's okay. You didn't get battered, but
Mm-hmm.
if Vukovic had better finishing, that's at least 2 more goals.
Yeah, exactly. And I think Lokomotiv aren't Lokomotiv will just get better as this season goes on.
Yeah,
Um, because that's just sort of how it
it's
works,
a young
really, isn't it?
side, and
Yeah,
obviously, Osijek Dinamo, a
very
team
fun
that
game.
very fun game. A team that has completely changed. So I mean, if you're not counting Vidovic, it's just what Misic and Nevestic that have stayed or that have
Yeah,
HNL experience
yeah.
with Dinamo. So it's only like 3 players that know each other, and then everybody else is completely new
Mm-hmm.
to the
Yeah.
squad. And very nice match. Osijek in the first half was, I think, the better side.
I think they came to play football,
Yeah,
um, which it sort of makes it quite kind of a nice parallel to Hajduk Easter in that regard. In that, again, both sides wanted to get it down. They wanted to play. They wanted to show off, and I think that's probably important for Osijek this season, because see, last season was what it was.
yeah,
Um, if you're not going to be a top four side, which I don't think Osijek are going to be this season, then you at least want to be a side that's playing attractively, that it looks like it's visibly making progress. Now we
yeah,
probably said the same this time last season with Cupdelli,
yeah. We did.
in that they played some really nice football but lost. Um, but at least this time they lose to Dima. um,
Yeah, and they kept it late. Dinamo. They had a few chances, but it wasn't all that. It wasn't clear cut up until Kolenovic came in and he basically said, "I'm the second choice again. Are you sure?
mhm.
Here's a
Third,
goal."
third choice.
Well, Bakrar wasn't there yet,
Yeah.
but now he is. So yeah, I don't know what Kolenovic is gonna do. But yeah, I mean, the subs scored the goals, and obviously Valencic and Lisica, the two Istra boys on the right side, doing phenomenal work.
Yeah, I think that was the real takeaway from that game, because I think when we had our transfer, and both of us were like, Valencic and this year, why
Yeah,
really? It's not. But like, I don't know what has happened to Valencic over the summer, but
no,
suddenly he's Cafu.
yeah, no. Suddenly, I was expecting Pierre Gabriel before, obviously, a few weeks ago to be starting, but now it seems like he's looking for a move out because Valencic is just. I don't know what he's eating for breakfast, but whatever it is, it's good.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it was just up and down all night,
Yeah,
and the quality of delivery was there. The quality of dribbling, the quality of the run was there. Just like, yeah, I didn't know he had it in him.
I was honestly I was expecting more on the left side from Vinlov and Vidovic,
Mhm.
but it came. I expected more from Vidovic. That's it, but he didn't do anything. Villar also didn't impress me. It was
Yeah,
mainly the defense that impressed me. McKenna very good for had a very good match. Dominguez also looks just like a top center back, and obviously we already mentioned Valencic and Lisicak, who just I mean probably the two star players of the match.
Mhm. Yeah. I mean, obviously, I'll be looking out for Scott McKenna, for obvious
Yeah,
reasons. But yeah, I mean, for all, like you say, Osset were good. There's not
they
anything
had
stands out.
chances.
They had chances, but at the same time, it's not like there were many points where Dynamo were in a great deal of trouble.
Yeah,
I would
no.
say.
No, but I like Toure, who also very similar to Stojakovic, I think, in terms of his role, was just everywhere.
Mhm. Yeah. I mean, I think if you look at it sort of critically from Dinamo, and sort of possibly goes a little bit too. They did leave Amarovic free a bit,
Yeah,
um, but he didn't have a very good game.
no,
So he wasn't quite. He was he had the runs, but he didn't quite have the dribbling that we saw at the end of last
yeah,
season. And I mean, again, it just concerns me. You sort of see Bookfish as left back. No, it's not really what we're doing here. What is his position?
yeah. I think Cholina just isn't fit yet, but probably next week I'm expecting Cholina to start.
Yeah. So there's a couple of things there, and then obviously aren't fully there. I think there's one good chance for Shopov, I think it was.
Yeah,
And he just took it with the wrong foot.
yeah,
I think he took it with his left rather than his right
right.
because the ball was a little bit behind him or something like that, and he just got his technique all wrong. And at that point, I think if you can put one past Dinamo, I think then, and I think that's sort of indicated. I think this is before we started, was justifying my height thing. My concern this season is Dinamo's chin.
Yeah,
Um, just when you look at last season and the position Slavem were in, 8-9 games out, and to not be in Europe this season from where they were,
it's a
and
failure.
at that it's a failure. But at that
Yeah,
point, you have to say, right, oh, okay, well, wait a minute. I was looking at the manager here. Have I proven myself in that sort of situation? Which to date he hasn't. You know, there's not many people who've proved themselves in a Dynamo situation, as
yeah,
it were. But if we look to week three, obviously got Bukovar coming up this weekend. Um, against Rijeka away, that's when your chin's going to get tested,
yeah.
because the the Rijeka will score. Rijeka had an exceptional record against Dynamo last season,
Oh, very
so
good record.
that's something to overcome. And I think possibly once we're through this first round of games, and if Dynamo have met every challenge against them, then we could probably say, yeah, Dynamo are going to walk this probably.
It was the same last year.
Yeah, but I think they're there to be got at.
Yeah,
And I think aside that's going to play in a similar style to Osijek, who's actually just going to let's be reasonably open and try and take the game to them, I think we'll have a bit of success against them this
yeah,
this term. How many sides will want to play like that, of course, is another matter.
yeah. They've also brought in Zeitz. That was confirmed yesterday. So after a few weeks of Zeitz trying to terminate his contract with Fenerbahce, he finally did it, and he's now joined. So that's another midfielder to uh to add depth when eventually Dinamo get into the Europa League.
Yeah, it's not, I'm not a Zach fan. Um, to be fair, I don't think there's too many sort of from a Slovenian perspective that are a big fan of him either, because he's always quite hard to actually really pin a position down for.
Hmm.
He's not really a midfielder. He's not really an attacking midfielder. He's sort of some weird hybrid. That when he has a good game, he's amazing. But
Yeah,
you'll get that one good game maybe every eight, and the rest you'd be like, we're carrying you. Um,
yeah,
so yeah, not a signing I'd have made. Let's put it that way.
yeah. Fair enough. Thoughts on Beljo, his first game back in Croatia?
Okay. I mean, it's a difficult one for him going back to Osijek.
Yeah,
I think that's a factor to put in, and also, like you said, there's so much that's changed about Dynamo. That the attack wasn't quite where it needed to be, for a lot of that game. But not just from Bayo, but also in terms of support coming into him.
Yeah.
So
The first half wasn't really good for
yeah,
Dinamo.
yeah,
Didn't create anything.
yeah. I think for thoughts on Bayo is very much a next week question, because he should be this weekend getting a few chances and probably getting himself a goal
Or two.
or three.
Or three.
Hey,
We
fifth and
never
goal,
know.
why not?
I mean, if I have him in my fantasy team and he's probably going to be my captain, so I wouldn't have anything against it.
He scores 0 and Mammoth scores 4. There we go.
And I have Mammoth on my bench. I actually had Prevjak and Vinlov on my bench this weekend, which not nice, because Vinlov obviously kept a clean sheet, which I wasn't really expecting Dinamo to keep a clean sheet. And I expected, Vidovic and Belja to do better, but
yeah,
oh well.
Vidovic, I mean, I don't think either of us were massively fans of that signing. Vinov was okay. He had a couple of good deliveries, and like you say,
No,
you kept them.
you can see his quality.
Yeah, Vidovic still.
We'll
I don't
see.
know. Yeah.
I think it's a problem that he's on the wing again.
Yes.
Which I think the last time you were on, we spoke about him being on the wing. Which, if he plays as a 10, I think he's a good replacement. But the problem is Stojkovic is, doing very good.
Yeah.
Obviously, he scored now, and during the preseason was on top.
Yeah, and there's just no justification for Stojkovic not starting.
Really. No, especially after this match.
Yeah.
So we'll see not next weekend, but just at the start of the weekend, on Friday. Nice little match. Vukovar just needs to stay in Zagreb the week. Doesn't need to go back. Plays at the same stadium, which we obviously have only 9 stadiums this season due to the Kranjčevića being completely rebuilt.
Yeah.
So next season we're gonna have also just one stadium in Zagreb, which we'll see how that stadium turns out. Which I think it's gonna look very good. For Kranjčevića standards, we're not gonna see, I think we're gonna see poor attendances. I think because it's gonna be a new stadium. I think Lokomotiva is gonna see at least some boost in attendances.
Yeah, Osijek it's taken them a while, and they're not doing it permanently, but Osijek have made a success of the Opus Arena.
No, yeah.
Obviously, building it was a pain in the arse, to put it mildly, and see a lot of bringing it in and having poor performances turned fans off. But when you get it rocking, is.
It was sold out for this game, but it didn't get filled.
Yeah, but I mean, it had a hell of an atmosphere, which is the point, really.
Yeah. But next match, Rijeka,
Yes.
the reigning champions, left it very late against Slaven Belopa, which is in the last 5 games, official games, they've played Slaven 4 times.
Yes.
Which, thank God, we're not going to be seeing that matchup for another 2 months.
Yeah. I mean, they were good. Rijeka were good, I think, is probably the first thing to say, but they were also Rijeka.
The second half was bad.
Yeah.
They didn't do anything. The first half, I was surprised that was 0-0.
Yeah, I mean, it's 3.4 xG.
Yeah, no.
For the game, so yeah,
8 big chances, it says on SofaScore, which
sounds about right.
I mean, yeah. So yeah, no, that sounds very right.
Yeah, Hadzikic was good. As a replacement for Shushak. I think that's the first thing to state. I mean, I don't think there was much doubt that he would be reasonably good. But he was. The problem that they had was obviously that everyone else just got run over. Even sort of the bit of Southern that you think, okay, it's actually stayed as it was from last season in terms of the centre of the midfield. I was just getting run over. But again, you have the old age-old Rijeka problem, which is, we got DHL up front. So, Fruk and particularly Yankovic, let's say for that first half, we're just like, we're just gonna try and do this ourselves again, and they didn't. They made a very good effort of it.
Yeah,
A very good effort of it, but yeah, as I say, they had to leave it very late, indeed, and somehow this is again just something I was from the European is somehow they have managed to make Amegojak reasonably clutch. I don't know how they've done this. This is not something I thought was possible, but
but
yeah,
they have.
but they have. Yeah, Buzic was good.
Yeah,
Impressing, obviously.
is that goal officially his?
It's on SofaScore that says it is. So
Yeah, but
I'll
I
go
have a
with that.
feeling it went in the when Goyak first. I think it went in when Hadžikić, saved it. I think it went
Yeah,
in when he uh, put it out again. But yeah, fair enough.
they
I
did.
thought I was really sure it was in. So I posted on Twitter that Goyak scored it.
I mean, the SofaScore is just him on the line. To be fair,
Yeah,
the little shot
which
thing
I
is
mean,
just the
it
line.
was. It was. It
um,
was.
and then obviously assisting Juric as
Oh
well,
yeah,
and that's um, when we talk about Juric in the transfer one, we weren't again big fans of it, but he needs to go, and now he's got to go.
yeah.
So
We'll see.
start him against Shelbourne and see if he can follow up and get that bit of form, because there's no doubt that he's a promising player. It's just strikers, you have to have mentally right,
Yeah,
and that couple of goals can be what gets them mentally right. So put them past some Irish farmers.
Irish farmers. Yeah. Anything else to add? I don't really. I mean, Rukavina and Krushel got injured.
Mm-hmm.
Endokit on the wing, obviously, just not it. Have a feeling we're gonna see Endokit more central against Shelbourne. I
Yeah,
mean, I hope for it, and I hope he'll. I have a feeling he'll thrive.
yeah, I hope for him. But yeah, it shouldn't be a side that they're having any trouble against. You sort of look at who's in there, and sort of where Irish League players are going. They're going to English League Two, Scottish
Yeah,
Championship. They're not. The most recognisable guy for me is Kerr McInroy, and he was Partick Thistle. So
yeah,
that's not a criticism. And Ali Coote, who was a youth at Dundee United. But these are guys who have had a go at Scottish Premiership level and didn't make it.
yeah,
So they're in League of Ireland. You do get the odd decent player in League of Ireland. You do get the problem League of Ireland has is that a lot of the Northwest English clubs are just like, right, that's where we're nicking our players from for cheap,
yeah,
and do so. You end up with what tends to be a very physical league, but not a very technically proficient league,
yeah.
and that's the sort of side that shouldn't cause Rijeka any trouble whatsoever. And of course, also remember this is not the best team in Ireland. Yes, it's a summer league. But this side who are fifth in the league, 14 points back.
How many games have been played?
In LOI 26.
God damn! So that season is near the end.
Yeah, well the 36 game league. So yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
the
Well, so they're essentially in form. They've been playing football for quite a while now.
I
They
mean
haven't taken a break.
they're fit. I wouldn't
Yeah.
necessarily say in form. Karabakh beat them
Yeah. They're
easily.
fit.
Yeah, they're fit, and I mean they only squeezed past Linfield as well.
Yeah, I saw
Um,
that.
with the power of Catholicism, presumably.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, they're no match for Rijeka. It won't be 5-0.
Let's hope so. But yeah, I think the only match remaining that we can. What else can we mention? I mean, we mentioned every match.
We did.
Yeah.
This is reasonably efficient for us. An
Yeah.
hour and 5 minutes.
Yeah. I mean, let's shortly just go over the few transfer news. Very short. Ivan Lucic was supposed to move to Antalyaspor. Move fell apart for whatever reason. So he's back in Split after saying
Yeah.
goodbye to the players. So he's now back, and he's like, "Hey guys, I'll be on my way in a few days, but
Yeah.
hello again."
Yeah.
And what else? Lovre Kulušić is not going to Vukovar,
Because he's a
as was
Bravo.
he's going to Bravo, and also because Vukovar has just signed every available attacker under the sun that they can.
Yeah.
I think
It's a
they
good
called
move.
up every single. I think they called up every single free agent, and they were like, "You want to join us?" And whoever said
Yeah.
yes, they said, "Okay, here's the contract."
It's the sort of football manager tactic of right, who's been released,
Yeah.
come in on trial, and then let's just see who's left. I think firstly, sort of for Kulisic, great move. Bravo. It's a good move for Bravo. It's a good move for Dino. You've got a very good youth focused side there in Bravo, and actually, it's this. Kulisic is sort of signing that they needed to back up the Platnik up front. And they're also quite a fun side in the sense that the likes of Char is exceptional, number 10, but also Babula, who they brought in from France in January. Just you give him the ball and just let him run, and he'll just run like Forrest Gump, pretty much, 90 yards. It's absolute flip of a coin as to whether there's any end product at the end of it, but
He'll run.
it's fun to watch.
Yeah.
And that's what you want to see. I did have a transfer question for you. This is just possibly a cursed suggestion, but we sort of know how Rijeka act.
Okay.
So if you were Rijeka, what money plus player swap deal would you accept for Tony Fruk from Dinamo?
From Dinamo.
Yeah.
Oh, there's not a lot of players left. Because you can't transfer the ones that have been brought in, right?
So I would imagine if you were going to do it, again, absolute devil's advocate, I imagine Kalenovic would be one.
True. But also, I mean, yeah. Probably Kulenovic because he's already been there, has proven himself, and he wants out.
Mm-hmm.
Who else could? I mean, who's available? Did Rijeka need a winger, right winger, Spikic, if he wants. So it's either that or maybe Hoja. But if I had
Hodgson would fit Rijeka's shoot from distance, definitely.
no, yeah, definitely. But I mean, they need a winger. And they need a striker. So it's pick. But if I had to choose, Kulenovic.
Yeah, it's just a thought that popped into my head over the last week, and I was like, I can see something. It'd be so Miskovic just to pull that off.
Yeah, but I don't think Boban wants it because it's a lot of money, which he hasn't spent on one player. He's more so taken like 10 million and just spread it around. Yet. Yeah.
If you are the Croatian press listening to this, please do put it in your things. This is now officially a rumor.
Let's
claim it. We know someone Italian. He might say something. And let's get the ball rolling.
Start the rumors.
Yeah.
Start the misinformation.
Yeah. 3 million plus Kalenovic, Spikic.
Two players.
Yeah. It keeps the fee down.
If Miskovic can pull that off, I think that's a net positive.
Yeah.
Because one, you get two starters for one, and you get cash.
Yeah.
But that's not gonna happen.
You heard it here first.
Whatever you say. You again, listeners and watchers. This is from a guy that put Hajduk first.
100% record in the league so far.
Lokomotiva also has a 100% record so far.
And Vukovar has a 0% record, and I said they'd be bottom.
And I also did.
So, who do you believe? Leave it in the comments below. Who do you believe, Richard or Lovren?
In the end, I put Dynamo first, you put Hajduk first. In the end, the Rijeka is just gonna shock us again and deliver.
Win on 59 points this season.
Just go worse and worse. Just
Yeah.
by 1 point by 1 point, just win the league, and eventually you get to. I don't know what could be the lowest amount possible.
36 draws.
I mean, yeah, 36 draws, but who's gonna win the league if it's 36 draws? Because that means everybody drew.
Have to draw lots. So heated balls in the bag.
Oh yeah, I didn't mention this last time. Last time I went a bit of a rant about the Mamic and Dadic situation. If you
yes,
yeah, I went a bit of a rant, but I didn't mention Petkovic's press conference. Well, not press conference, but podcast that he went on. If you saw his comments about Boban, his own theory that he has a bipolar disorder was really mean to him. That's putting it lightly. When Petkovic essentially said, "I just need a few days after losing the league title. You know, I need just a few days just to think about my future." Because he knew he wanted out after if Dinamo won the league, but they didn't, so like he wasn't really sure, and just need a few days. But Boban to that just said, "Out you go."
Yeah. Well,
so
I don't think that was unexpected, was it?
Yeah. But I mean, yeah, if wouldn't surprise me if Boban is really like that, but and he's doing a good job. He's done a good transfer window, so I don't think it.
He's done a good transfer window, but transfer windows aren't judged in August. They're judged in January.
Yeah, so, on paper, it's a good transfer window.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, if he really is like that, then this Dynamo side could just crumble. Because if eventually it boils over and he really does get angry like that in a second, that can obviously lead to some rash decisions.
Well, I think that's a danger Dinamo have in terms of how Kovacevic is going to cope there, because if it is a very successful season, you know who's getting all the credit.
Yeah.
Well, if it isn't, you know who's deflecting all the blame.
Yeah.
So as a head coach, particularly one where there's I don't say a power imbalance, but this is your first job at this sort of level, you are absolutely a human shield if things go wrong.
Yeah. And everybody else at the club. If it's to be believed what Petkovic said, Boban called Dabac, who's the sporting director now, Dinamo, just a guy that writes names.
Yeah, but that's the problem with the guy with Boban's reputation. And it's not necessarily a personality reputation. It's because he's Boban.
Yeah,
he can get shit done.
He can get you a centre back from Barcelona. He can get you Bello. He can get you whoever you want, really.
Yeah, and get you Fruk and get you rid of two guys at the same time you didn't really want.
Yeah, I mean, Spikic has, because of Spikic being good at right back, it seems like Pierre Gabriel and obviously Valincic being good. Spikic played a game or two at right back, and it looks like he did well. So Pierre Gabriel has been thrown out of his right back position by Valincic and Spikic of all people.
Which and I think if it's fair to say, we would probably have had him down as the one guy Dinamo would not get rid of, or because he was, like Maturana, the only real constant in that side last season.
Last season,
one of the few real constant goods in that season as well.
Yeah, and so now it just, I mean, he didn't feature against Osijek, and I mean it's now looking good for him. I'm also expecting, while we're on the topic, to see Varela against Vukovar, at least from the bench.
Yeah, I mean, from the bench. I mean, Dinamo are in a bit of an interesting position in that they don't have qualifiers, so there's no need to rotate.
Yeah.
I think he's the player you bring on when you're 3-0 up.
Yeah, which probably will happen
after about 30 minutes.
What's gonna be the score?
They're gonna get Dragovoljak. No.
Oh God.
Not that bad.
Oh God. Oh no. Are we gonna see? Okay, let me put it this way: are we this season gonna see the record win be broken? It's 10-0 from the early 2000s when Hajduk beat Radnik 10-0.
I think if Dinamo really hit form, I think we can, because they've got so much there in depth.
Yeah.
And I know it's sort of with me being the person who said Dinamo would be second, but they are a side built to run over teams, and Rijeka and Hajduk aren't. But also, I don't think even a VVNL side, if you put Dinamo against whoever's come up into the second tier, it probably wouldn't be 10-0.
Yeah.
And that's just naturally sort of how football's developed, unless something weird happens. And even then, so after 60 minutes, you're probably like, no, we'll just chill it out a bit, I suppose.
Yeah, we scored 6. We can calm down.
Yeah, unless you're Bayern, of course, and then you just carry on.
Just carry on. I mean, goal difference matters at the end of the day.
It does, yes.
But yeah. Anything else? I think that's it.
Yeah, we've covered all the games. Started a rumor.
Started the rumor.
Yeah. What more could the people ask for? I did see on our transfer one someone complain about bad jokes from my end.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, I really, honestly, how much have you been watching to not have realised it at this point?
Yeah, no,
it's basically my whole repertoire.
Yeah, it's so, especially about Hajduk. Like, I think it's also directed at me and you, because I'm obviously a Hajduk fan, and I'm always negative, so I'm obviously gonna be talking shit.
If you're a Hajduk fan, therefore you're always negative.
Yeah, they've turned me into this.
Yeah, I'm just a snide fucker.
I have to calm down my uncle. My uncle called me when we drew Silkeborg or Jagiellonia. He's like, we're winning the league and we're playing Conference League. And I'm like, because of what? He's like, it's an easy draw. I'm like, last year was an easy draw, and how did we do? Season before, we lost to PAOK. Season before, we lost to Villarreal. Season before that, double, Gzira. Did we have a bad side? What happened then? I don't know how can one man be so optimistic.
It's just the nature of football fans, isn't it? I mean, even
not my nature.
Even at work, I'm even hearing Manchester United fans be optimistic, and like,
I just see United interested in Šeško, and I'm just like, well, that's another talent wasted.
Yeah. I mean, I'm seeing United be like, do you know who we should get in a bidding war with? The Kingdom of Saudi Arabia.
Yeah. If he really goes to United, he needs to do well. I'll put he really needs to. I hope for his sake. I don't care about United. I just hope for his sake, because if you're gonna make a big move to United, where you're definitely not earning the money you could have earned at Newcastle. But yeah, we'll see. And also, I mean, while we're on the topic, Luka Vuskovic has been made available for loan by Tottenham, and he wants Hamburg. Supposedly, Bild today reported that that Hamburg has started talking with his agency, and talks are progressing very nicely. So we could have another Vuskovic in Hamburg. So just hopefully this one doesn't get
Yeah,
allegedly doesn't get into a doping case.
yeah, it went so well last time. Just
Yeah.
why wouldn't you repeat it?
Well, we'll see.
Players, man. I mean, some people just you just stay away from fate.
Fate. It's like 100%. As soon as he walks through the door,
Something bad
drug
will happen.
the drugs just enter his system. He doesn't. He doesn't. He just enters the building.
I mean, quite aside from that, it's Hamburg as well. I mean, you know, of all the German clubs with all the negative things that can happen to you, it's always
Yeah.
Hamburg.
Yeah. But they got promoted.
They did, but still, I mean, come on, it's like I can't even think of a comparison that unique in. I think it's sort of unique to German football in just size, which are big and in. Yeah, let's just go join Schalke. Why not?
Yeah. Katic did that and had a very good debut. But I mean, yeah, in the second tier, obviously. But yeah, I think we can close it there.
I think so.
Yeah, we'll see you guys next week. Hopefully, maybe we'll take a break as I'm going to the Gorica match, and maybe I'll see. I might be going to Zagreb for a week, but we'll see.
Look at you.
Yeah, we'll see. Maybe I go to a Lokomotiva match or a Dinamo match. You never know. I was supposed to go last week. Actually, I was supposed to be at the opener, Lokomotiva Vukovar, but my brother called me and he's like, "Hey, I couldn't get my vacation. I only got it from the 14th. I almost the day he told me, I almost bought a bus ticket to Zagreb. I was this close to buying a ticket.
We know your record on public transport, so it's probably for the best that you didn't.
I was debating of going to the first leg this Thursday, but I was like, I'll wait it out.
Yeah.
I'm going against Gorica and probably going against Slaven. And if we go to the playoff, I'm going to the playoff. So I'll save my cash for now.
Yeah.
For now. Main word now. Because, yeah. I know friends from Split that saw me a lot when I was going to the games. They were like, so you coming for the game this weekend? And I'm like, nope. And they're like, you went to the last four? And I'm like, yeah, I did. Sadly.
Yeah. Did you see them?
Sadly so. I only missed the first 15 minutes against Istra because my bus was late. But yeah. Thank you for listening and or watching. And we'll
Thank
see
you
you
for
guys.
tolerating the
Bad jokes
that you have complained about.
Yeah, you complained about it's you do shitty jokes and then you put them first.
The two aren't related. I do both.
Yeah.
Causality is not correlation.
Yeah. Actually, one prediction we didn't do. Who's gonna win the cup?
I hadn't thought about it. Istra.
Yeah. Yeah, I was gonna say either Istra or Varaždin. Give one of them a trophy.
Yeah.
I have a feeling Varaždin could do it if they don't lose their whole squad in the winter.
Well, Varaždin is such a cup side, just in terms of being awkward to beat. So if they're good at penalties, then they should be able to do.
Mahmoud's better from the penalty spot than from 2 meters out. So
yeah.
So maybe he'll score the further he goes out, like 30 yards, no problem. But puts it top bins in the 5-yard box, just can't put it on target.
Mustariaka.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyways, thank you for listening and or watching, and we'll see you in the next 2 weeks. We'll see if it's next week or in 2 weeks. So yeah, bye bye.
Bye bye.